Alright, I need putters. Where are my wire cutters? Wire cutters. I guess 10 steps of work. That is dirty as fuck. What's up, everyone that's watching? Hi, David. It's working on a 201 right now. It's a steel saw. This thing was dirty. And where's my piston stop? Thanks, David. Hey, so I'm just right now working on a 201 that I got in from work that I guess fell apart while they were running it. That's according to what is written on the tag. It appears it just damaged the one piece of plastic behind the clutch, which I'm going to replace with another older used piece, but just trying to get this solved back together so that it can be run. I don't know where my piston stop is though. actual piston stop somewhere. But I already broke out my cord here just in case. I think this is actually too thick. So I really need to find that. Oh, nice. What, did you have a 201 or did you break a 201? Where the fuck is my piston stop? Come on. Should have it right here. Pile of extra parts, but no idea where it went. Probably gonna end up using pull cord to act as a piston stop because I can't seem to find what I did with mine. Cut off a piece of this. Oh, you broke a 201. I take it you're an arborist? Just a climber. Yeah, this is not the CM model. It's when you actually adjust the carb. Let's see if I can get this to work. What did you do to break your 201? Did you drop it or did you actually really mess it up? Come on, get in there. That's not going to work. I need something smaller. Now, if you're using something fabric and you're ever using it as a piston stop, like a pull cord or a piece of rope, be very careful to not fray off any pieces of it inside. And the clutch is not righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, it's lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. This is going to work. I need my actual socket set. How high'd you drop it from? I've dropped a couple of 201s now. Broke, well, actually didn't break it. I dropped a 200T from like 50 feet and landed on some concrete and it was still running after I got down to it. And I've actually had worse luck with 201s. I've dropped the same one multiple times and broken the top handle. Come on. top handle is apparently my favorite thing to break. That did not. Yeah, it did come loose. Maybe. Nope. I need a 13. 13 will fit better right now. Should be a 1/2-inch socket, but 12.7 millimeter, but it's not fitting on right. This isn't working. Broke, like totally fucked it up. I don't know, the worst one I broke was the whole top handle, and I ended up breaking part of the cover. Still drastically cheaper to fix on your own than ever taking it to a saw shop. I found they want like $180 or more for the top handle. You do it yourself, it's like $28. Yeah, broke. I kind of wish I could see it to see how bad it is. How far did you drop it? Man. Might really need that piston stop because I don't think this is going to work. Nope. Just flattening that back out. Never managed to break anything I couldn't fix yet. Definitely gotta say yet, because it's gonna happen sooner or later. Never crushed a saw. Not yet, anyway. It's bound to happen sooner or later. My one piston stop, but that's not the size saw. $61 feet's not bad. I take it you dropped that out of a bucket then if you know it was 61 feet. Yeah. Spend the entire time I'm streaming trying to find this damn piston stop. In the same place 3 fucking times. It couldn't be anywhere else. Wait a minute. Here's a cheapy made in China one. Let's see if that works. I feel like this thing's just no way. I don't know if you're still here. You drop it from a bucket, or what kind of tree were you climbing? Find something better than that. There's no way I can make that work. Is there? A big one. Just a big one tree. Are you East or West Coast? East Coast, we don't really get anything too crazy. Really on the East Coast, there's nothing that's that crazy high. Hell, most of the climbers are higher than the trees. Yeah, so do I, man. I gotta be into work at 6 o'clock in the morning. This is what I do in my evenings, is just mess around in the garage trying to fix shit. But have a good one. Don't drop any more saws. Or do. And drop as many as you need to. What the hell? I've got a hammer out here. Got this. Let me see. Well, I might just have to hold on to this 201 for a minute. I got something else I can work on that actually needs fixing right now. There's another cheapy piston stuff. Made in Italy. Yeah, sure, I believe you. You go in at 5 in the morning, dude. That kind of fucking kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. I am very glad that I don't go in at 5 in the morning. Unless you're the David that I know, then you leave at 5 in the morning because you have a fucking 2-hour drive to work. Where is the blower? These guys, This one's recoil starter is not rewinding. I gotta see why. And then I'll get back to the 201. At least this I should be able to fix pretty quick. And if I see it's broken, I'll just have to go to one of the side poles. So I got the other recoil starter, 4-1. Looks like it just came unwound. It's also very short. This isn't one I've ever worked on here. Somebody else did this. Really shorty recoil starter on this. Double check the personal one. That's about right. Unwound a little bit. Pull out this. I don't want to take that whole spring apart. Cut this. Come on. Where are my shears at? Well. Hello everyone else that's still watching. Just kind of messing around. This isn't really an instructional video. I'm trying to fix up stuff for work. In the meantime, figured I would stream. That's diameter cord should have. That's 3. Yeah, that's not. That ain't right. Someone broke it and replaced it with much thicker cord. Melting the ends so it doesn't fray up. Dental picks are really great if you're ever working on anything like this, even for cleaning the stuff, cleaning saws, or trying to get in really tight places. It's just too hard. Like, if you ever have to take apart the top handle on a 201, having dental picks to reconnect everything is really, really nice. Rewind this back up. Better. See if this keeps working. Let's get this tied off. Or if there's actually something wrong with it. I tie a double overhand so that the knot's big enough to stop it from pulling back through. Cut this off. See if it runs. Get this put back together. Come on. Gotta find the hole first. So 27 are watching. I think that's actually the most viewers I've ever had. I thought it was actually throttled at 25. At least that's what YouTube says, is I can't have more than 25. Come on. So if you're ever working on any steel stuff, all the heads are all T27 on all the screws, on everything. Are all T27, unlike Husqvarna is T27 for some stuff and T25s for others, and then there's some other smaller screws, and it can get pretty annoying. Let me start this on the floor. Problems with it unwinding, for now anyway. We'll see if they break it again tomorrow. That's gonna go off back here. Blower going blew all the dust all around the garage. Oh God. Let me try something with this. No way that's gonna fit. Ain't no way. The 200s at least use the larger spark plugs. like all of their other saws, so the regular piston stop worked. But the 201s are the smaller spark plug. It's 16 millimeter. Kind of a pain in the ass. Got everything but what I need, apparently. Fucking broken saw pieces in here. That's true. Speed cut nano chains. Everything but what I need. No way core will fit. Anyone have any questions about anything? Because I can see the chat. I can answer some questions. I'm not the most super knowledgeable person in the world, but I can answer some stuff in my own form of idiocy. If anyone wants to know. Try this again. Well, there's a whole bunch of people viewing and everybody's quiet. That's okay. Well, if you guys like the video or subscribe. In between this, I also collect a lot of World War II history stuff. I've got a fairly large gun collection. And I also get into some carpentry stuff once in a while. I haven't really done much in the way of anything with YouTube. This is only like my 5th stream I've ever done. I'm not on here much at all. Apparently the algorithm likes me tonight though. 43 people watching. And somebody was actually talking to me for once. Give me 1 second. Finally got it loosed. I don't know why this would have supposedly come apart on me, but it certainly popped that chain off and chewed up right back in here. So we'll get that replaced. Shouldn't need to take out the worm drive. Should just be a screw here. Of course, it's full of bar oil and dirt. Plenty of fucking dirt. Get this out of the way before I lose it. Another screw right here. I don't even think this guy's even holding anything anymore. I'm just trying to clean out these screw heads, because I don't want to strip them out as I'm pulling them.
I know a lot of people on here. Hey, yeah, no, not everyone knows how to work on small engines. I started out with kind of trial and error, and then learned on my own. Luckily, there's a lot of diagrams online that are free to access for everybody, so you can kind of learn on your own. Otherwise, this would have been real nightmarish to try and figure out without anything. Yeah, that's pretty mangled. It's gonna get loud for a second. I'm gonna turn on my air compressor so I can clean out some of this grime. Area around the oil pump likes to gather a lot of dirt and debris. Alrighty, where was I? Okay. It's a used part that I'm replacing it with, but it doesn't cost them anything because it's one of their parts. Off of another 201. It's also a TCM. Of course, the plastic piece is broken off in here. Great. Or this wasn't off a TCM. This is just the TC. Should be interchangeable. Same exact model. There shouldn't be any reason this doesn't fit. No, everything's the same. Try to clean out some of this. Yeah, I used to see a lot of people on YouTube that are just cutting firewood, or there's a lot of gun channels and all kinds of stuff, and it's like, man, I work on chainsaws in my garage, so why not just stream while I'm working on chainsaws? Should probably do some long form videos of actually tearing down a 201 or doing something. I've got another 201 TC here that's in pieces that I'd like to get back together. This one actually burned a little bit. It caught on fire at one point in time and burned, but it's it looks like it can still run. Nothing wrong with the engine from what I could see looking at it. And I've got a 880 sitting over on the other workbench, and a 660 over there also. Let's see what's holding this up. Where? Melted plastic. That's back together. Where are my little screws? I should probably see this. See the part number? Yeah, I can see it. So I'll end up ordering another part just so I have it when this eventually fails. This is just meant to be a temporary fix. And I was starting to say a little bit ago that a lot of people I see on YouTube, even guys that do this professionally, they use impacts for the tear down and putting the saws back together. I don't mind doing it for tearing down, but putting it back together, you tend to over torque a lot of these screws, and then they either break plastic parts, or like on Echo saws, it ends up stripping out the plastic that's inside, because Echo, like their 2511T, the entire engine housing is made out of plastic. So as you're like replacing parts and you're trying to put in the screws and retapping for the screws, you'll just strip it out. So I really don't like using impacts for stuff like that, or stripping out the actual housing even in here. Hopefully the screw strips out and not the threads on the housing, but shit happens. Get this running here in a second. Still 25 people watching. Just oh, if you like and subscribe, you'll see more of me messing around in my garage with saws. And if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Answer the best I can. Of course, I'm going the wrong way. That didn't fray at all, so that's fine. They did not give me a chain. I don't think I've got a 50 drive length chain here. Shit. I got everything but 50s to test this with. As long as the saw runs, that's what matters. Get it in winter. It's still in summer. If that'll even move. Jesus. Come on. And there's a little plug. The plug is actually good. It's not fouled up, so I'm not going to be replacing that. Come on. No. Oh, good. I actually put it back. Normally I set down a socket when I'm done working with it and it disappears. Even though there's obviously nowhere really for it to go on this workbench, but they still tend to disappear. No matter what. I actually just had to go buy another set of deep sockets because the whole set I had walked away. before I put everything else on. I'm going to make sure this turns on. Runs. Probably no fuel in it. Never is. Nope, there's no fuel in it. Of course not. Why would there be? It's not actually True Fuel. It's just a can that was True Fuel that has still mix in it. Get some bar oil in here. No, that's not good if it's out of fuel and full on bar oil. It's not working properly. It's oiling fine, so maybe, I don't know. I don't understand. Somebody must have topped it off on bar oil and didn't top it off on fuel, whether they ran out or what, I don't know. But it looks like it is oiling perfectly fine. As I got bar oil all over my table now. Get their bar back on. I'm gonna clean that out. Where is my tool? I had this all set up for working on chainsaws up until a couple days ago, so I had everything ready until I picked it all up and put it all away. Now I'm not quite ready to work on saws. This is a little depth gauge from West Coast Saw that works great for cleaning out bars, but it sucks as a depth gauge for when you're sharpening chains. It's really, honestly, kind of awful. Just a cheapy one from Oregon works drastically better. Sorry, West Coast Saw. I don't mean to talk shit, but this is more complicated than it needs to be. Oh man. What the fuck is that? And since I don't have a chain, they're getting it back just like this. I'm sure I do have a chain, I just don't need to look for it. So I sharpen all their chains and they've got plenty of them. That 201 is fine. Now, got some dirt. guess I can put together, of course, I forgot something. It's one consistent thing you'll always forget a part. I went from 50 down to 7. Guess I'm not even in the video anymore. Welcome to whoever's watching. Got one of the little plastic chain guides. Thanks for whoever is out there watching. I guess somehow more viewers, more videos I do, the more viewers I get. Eventually I'll be remonetized. I used to be years ago, up until about 6 months ago, because I didn't touch this YouTube account until about 6 months ago. Surprisingly, I went from being monetized and actually getting some ad revenue, because I had a couple videos up, to nothing and getting demonetized, which kind of sucks, because now that I'm trying to get back into it, I can't. Oh boy, that's a mess. Dirty 600 parts. 660. All right. This part a while ago. This 660 was not running. It is now, finally. Dirty as hell. Oh boy. Let's see if I can get this back on. That later. Random dogs don't belong to this. Old wood just caked in it. whole area where the chain tensioner goes was just caked with oil. Getting loud again. Got little pieces of dirt in my mouth. Got a little plastic piece. I got extra, I believe. That's got the O-ring in it. Of course, when I'm done with everything, I find the fucking steel piston stuff. Great. Where the fuck would that be? Must be out of chain tensioners. Let's get out of here. Where? Guess I don't have any more. Whatever. Oh, I have to find this stupid piece of plastic. Probably not going to be able to. All right, well, I know what I can do. Temporary thing, I can just take one out of 462 that doesn't run. Well, thanks for the 4 people that are watching. Probably 4 people I know. Anyone out there have any questions or topics that you want to talk about? I remember the first time I ever streamed, the first time anyone decided they wanted to talk, all they wanted to talk about was poop. Well, that's what you guys want to do, sure. I have plenty to say about poop. So the chain tensioners in all bigger saws, whether it's a 462, a 660, 661, and I believe even the 880s, I'd have to look. Got sitting over there. Should all be the same. There's no difference. The part number's actually the exact same part number. The 1125B. Where did I just set that down? Just pulled out the freaking little thing. There it is. And I need a screwdriver now. Trying to turn the chain tensioner screw out of the way. Should be for the 661 should be a flathead. Everything newer should be T27. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm not doing an informative video on exactly how to take them apart. I'm just kind of working right now and seeing if anyone wanted to ask questions or poke fun at me or do, you know, what YouTube people do. You want to actually see, I can show you, but otherwise I'm not going to turn the saw up. Create a pain in the ass for myself. This 462 is now just a parts saw. It's having some issues in the cylinder, and it is a dead saw. It costs more to fix it than it does to just let it sit for parts, and now it's all it's worth anymore. Not a fan of the newer models of steel saws. I don't know why the hell that's in here. Oh. So I guess one of the two people that are still watching, this is the new plate I'm putting in. This is the old one. It actually, as the chain ran through it, wore this whole top piece of the plate off. Well, bottom piece of the plate. Sorry. Of course, these studs are so boogered up. Studs are boogered up, so is the where the chain tensioner is freaking malformed from people using it. There we go. It is not approved maintenance. Totally not how you do that, but it works. Should have a, yeah, there we are. I forget. What size this is. Nine millimeter. This is where I'll end up using my impact. If I knew where I put my battery. reinstalling a roller chain catch on this. I think a dog came off of this 460. That 460 don't need it no more. Missing a nut. Alright, that side's back together. All these screws are out of the 660. Well, not the 660, the 880. Still 4 people watching. Where's everybody from? Everybody's silent. This here. Just gotta get the spark plug back together and see if I can't get this started. Well, the coil piece. Should be I'll use this one. See if this works. Probably will, but I'm gonna cut my fingers up doing this, no matter what I do. These do not ever like going back on. A little cover for the ignition coil, or the piece that connects to the spark plug. Why it ever got taken off, I don't fucking know. Ow. Still not coming through. It's close. Close to being there. Ooh. Hey, it's in. Awesome. Took a lot of effort. Alright, once I get this saw running, well, I'll give it a good old college try to get it running. Ending the stream because I gotta clear out my car yet, because I've got to go to Delaware tomorrow morning, which I am not looking forward to right at the moment. I do not like waking up early. Load all 5 of you out there. It's already got gas in it. Oh. Now. Oh, goddamn. Make sure it's oiling. Problem. Can't oil if there's no oil in it. Nope. I'm gonna grab a funnel for this. Where are my funnels? And a little overflow, great. What I wanted to avoid. Now I got bar oil everywhere. Something that works great as bar oil if you're in a pinch is used motor oil that's been filtered out. It's about the same weight as bar oil. It's just 2 cents. Doing oil changes on your own stuff, you can kind of save it for this specifically. Might actually be something wrong. That oil pump is not pumping any oil. There's nothing coming out of it. That is a problem for a different day. I'm not going to take that apart tonight, and I don't think my neighbors would appreciate me running this saw all night. So, that's going to be the end of my stream for tonight, and have a great night.